I'm about to tell you something that most designers don't want to hear. Your users are lying to you, and they don't even know it. Today I will show you why most UX research doesn't work and also how to fix it using the detective framework. So if you ever build features that nobody used, this is the right video for you. So here's a real user interview from last week. Would you use daily metric updates? Oh yeah, that would be awesome. Email or push notifications? Both would be great actually. And I'm just writing down excitedly my notes, but after 2 weeks of implementing it, not even 3% of users use this feature. So what the fuck happened? It's not like users are generally evil or something, but there plays a lot of psychology in it, and that's why they don't tell you the truth most of the times. So the first aspect is the social desirability bias. If you present users a feature and you're excited about it, they feel bad if they say like, I don't really like it, or it doesn't really hit the mark. They want to match your energy and don't hurt your feelings. The second thing is the optimism gap. People always say, yeah, of course I'm gonna use this feature. I'm gonna check the metrics daily. I'm gonna do this weekly. Similarly, as most people say, yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym every day. They're super optimistic, but in the end, the action counts. And in a real life, they're busy people and your product is not the most important thing to them. And the third psychological framework is the visualization gap. People struggle to, when they think about a feature, they struggle to visualize it. So if you talk about something like, hey, would you like this or that feature? How would you use it? There is a gap between what they're used to and what they can actually imagine. And that's why it's also pretty hard to get feedback like this. So most UX researchers and designers actually use the completely wrong questions to gather insights. Let's look at a few of them. Would you use this feature? Is this valuable to you? How often would you check out this dashboard? These questions really are garbage because they don't tell you anything about the user problems. You frame it like they have to say yes, and it points the users already into a solution, while you're still trying to figure out the problem. Now let's look at a few points of what users can actually tell you and what they cannot tell you. Users can tell you what hacks they built, what workarounds they built. They can tell you what pissed them off today. They can tell you what features they use and which don't. They can tell you which solution worked the best and how often they actually use certain features. What they cannot reliably tell you is how much they actually paid for different features, because either they don't want to tell you or it depends a bit on the usage. They cannot tell you how often they will use a product, and also they can't tell you which features they will use in the future. So after all this build-up, here's what's working, and I call it the detective framework. First, watch behaviors, not opinions. Instead of asking them, what do you think about this feature? Ask them, how did you make your last business decision? And walk me through the exact steps. That turns the opinion into actual behavior. Or instead of asking, would this dashboard be useful to you? You could ask, how do you usually check your metrics about your business? Second, find the evidence. Look at open tabs they already have. Look at some notes they took. Ask if they can show you some spreadsheets or some hacky stuff that they created. And also, if they're already paying for similar tools. The third and most important thing is you have to follow the pain. Pain is way more reliable than asking for wishful thinking. Ask for things like, what's the most annoying thing to you right now? What is the biggest time waste for this and that feature right now? Or what's something that they bitch about all the time when talking to coworkers? Like, oh yeah, I hate using this feature, but I have to because there's no other alternative. If you look out for those things, you will get real pain points. So if you really want to find out what the user problem is, you have to ask those 3 key questions. The first one is, what are you doing right now to solve this problem? And if they say nothing, they don't even care about this problem right now. Second question is, show me the last time that this happened and tell me what you did. And here you have to specifically look for problem solving, for hacky solutions that they created, and not just like hypothetical interest. And the third question, what happens if you are not able to solve this problem? And again, this question is a bit about, is this really a pain point for you? And if they don't see it as that painful, or if the outcome of the problem is not big enough, and here you really want to identify if it's an actual pain point. Because if that's not an issue for them, you should move to other problems. And if you don't want to remember all of these questions, I turned my own interview script that I'm using into a Notion doc, and you can just easily download it in the link below the video. So remember, what users say is not what users do. Next time a user really loves a feature, be skeptical. They aren't lying to you on purpose, but humans are really bad at predicting what they're gonna do. If you found this video helpful, hit subscribe to not miss any other videos I'm uploading. And also let me know in the comments, what is the worst feature you built that nobody used? Alright, see you next time.